Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of Homecoming, Torihiko's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. I challenged Tatsuki to a race and kinda pressured the others into competing. A strange expression makes its way to Kyoji's face. He's smiling, but... I see. The smile doesn't reach his eyes. Yeah, it was a tiebreaker. The loser would have to buy everyone an ice cream and then get buried in the sand. What the hell were you idiots thinking? All of us jump with shock as Kyoji suddenly snarls out angrily. In the many years I've known him, I've never seen him get anywhere near remotely angry. So what? Since you two were having a cock measuring contest, you thought it was a good idea to drag Hiroyuki and Taro into it? And if that weren't enough, Hiroyuki nearly drowned. Hey, Kyoji, wait, we would've... Shut up, Ushima. The way the Labrador narrows his eyes and growls at his words makes me shiver. I'm not used to seeing the sight of Kyoji. Torihiko wisely does as he's told, returning his gaze to the sand. Forget the ice cream. There's no way I'm letting either of you be rewarded for this. Instead, he moves closer to the cowering tiger and dragon. You two are going to endure the punishment. Tora and Tatsuki both give soft whimpers as Kyoji points a little further up the beach. Good going. I'll be with you both in a moment. Don't you dare think of running away. Got it? With a gulp, the two nod slowly make their way down the beach. As they disappear, Kyoji's demeanor slightly changes. If anything, he looks a bit embarrassed. Sorry, guys. I really didn't want you to have to see that, but I just snapped. Satara rubs the back of his head. It's fine, Mr. Takahara. I understand why you did. I nod in agreement as the Labrador kneels down again to check up on me. I hope you can both agree that it's not a good idea for you to go back into the water. I take a deep breath and sigh with relief, my throat no longer burning. Yeah. Sure thing. With a nod, Kyoji stands back up and looks over his shoulder. Sure enough, Torihiko and Tatsuki are still slowly making their way to where Kyoji pointed to. If you're feeling better, you can have a break and do whatever you want, Hiroyuki. Just stay with Taro, okay? I nod before receiving a small smile from my friend. He waves and takes off after the other two. Sataro and I stare after him for a moment, both awestruck at what we had just witnessed. A smile comes to the lion's face and he sits down beside me. That was something. It's nice to know that Mr. Takahara can get angry too. Yeah, it was surprising though. A shy look comes across to the lion's face and he looks away from me. I'm sorry, Mr. Nishimura. I should have been more observant. I force a smile and shake my head. Second, It's fine, Sataro. I was the one who was being too competitive. Slowly and carefully I stand, glancing up the beach. I'm gonna follow them. It's not really fair for them to be punished. Oh, wait for me, Mr. Nishimura! The lion lifts himself to his feet and joins me as we walk up the beach. Despite my near-death encounter, I can't help but feel guilty. As we approach, I can see Torihiko and Tatsuki are digging in the sand. Kyoji stands over them, watching them with a guarded expression on his face. Shaking my head, I clear my throat to announce my presence. I hesitate as 3 pairs of eyes glance in my direction. With a sigh, I rub the back of my head. I may as well get this over and done with. Kyoji, let them go. The Labrador twitches his ears and turns his head slightly to the side. But... No buts, Kyoji. This isn't right. I stare over at the tiger and the dragon before turning my attention back to the canine. Yes, they shouldn't have pressured me into it, but I'm as much at fault as they are. I could have said no, but I let myself get competitive and pushed myself too hard. Tor recently gave me swimming lessons, and I wanted to impress him, but... I give a heavy sigh and lower my gaze to the sand. I wasn't ready. I suddenly feel a hand rest on my shoulder and look back up to see Kyoji smiling at me. If that's what you feel is best... I give him my own small smile and nod. It is. He simply nods and glances over his shoulder at the other two. Well, it seems that you two have been spared your punishment. You have Hiroyuki to thank for this, but I have a condition of my own. Meteora, you're coming with me. Oh? A look of surprise comes to Tatsuki's face, which Kyoji ignores. You and Oshima together are a bad influence. You both fuel each other's bad ideas. I think it would therefore be safe if the two of you were kept separate for the rest of the day. Tatsuki opens his mouth to protest, but very quickly reconsiders and nods sheepishly. He glances over at me and mumbles a soft apology, but I just shake my head. It's fine, Tatsuki. We shall have the rest of my vacation. The dragon smiles at me before standing up and moving to Kyoji's side. The Labrador glances at me momentarily, as if checking me over once more. Well then, I'll leave the two of you alone. Come on, Toro. I blink in confusion before widening my eyes with realization. I completely forgot about Sotaro. I turn to face him as he flashes me a slight smile. I'd better join Mr. Takahara, but if you need anything, just let me know. The lion waves before rushing off to join Kyoji and Tatsuki, leaving me alone with Tora. The tiger looks at me warily before giving a deep sigh. I'm sorry, Hiroyuki, I didn't mean for this to happen. I notice that he isn't using the nickname he gave me. To be honest, I'm a little disappointed, but I don't know why. I shake my head and smile at him. It's fine, Tora, I'm okay. You'll have to try harder to get rid of me. An uneasy smile appears on his face and he rubs his shoulder awkwardly. He glances to the side and forces a laugh. Ha! I guess so. I let my smile widen and shake my head. Come on, Tora. Confusion becomes etched over the tiger's face. I can't help but grin. Before he even has a chance to question me, I turn away and start walking. Hey, wait! Giving a cry of surprise, Torihiko rushes to my side. He looks at me warily while I keep an enigmatic smile on my face. There you go, Jesus. I remain silent as I head over to grab my belongings before the two of us walk up the beach. The tiger's eyes widen as we arrive at our destination. Yuki! This is, As he looks over at the ice cream stall, I flash in the cheekiest grin I can muster before reaching into my bag. Hey, you said you wanted cherry flavor, right? An expression of uncertainty appears on his face and he rubs the side of his neck. I have to admit, it is kinda cute. Don't worry, Tori, I won't tell Kyoji. And besides, I pull my wallet out and place my bag down on the ground before staring back up at my best friend. I still need to thank you for believing in me. Torihiko's cheeks stain a deep red and he gives me an unsteady smile. He tries to hide his embarrassment by winking, but he's still blushing. Yeah! I've always believed in you, Yuki! Ha! I can't help but chuckle and shake my head. Okay, you stay there and I'll grab us some ice cream. Sure! I make my way over to the stall and stop in front of it, smiling at the vixen standing behind it. She smiles back at me and bows. Welcome! What can I get for you today? Heh, just gonna get 2 ice cream cones, please. The vixen smiles a little wider and gestures to the board behind her, showing off all the different flavors. Of course, just use a flavor when you're ready, okay? I nod and study the list extensively. A grin appears on my face when I spot the cherry flavor. Smiling wider, I point at my selections. 1 cherry flavored and 1 vanilla flavored ice cream, please. The vendor smiles at me again and nods. Sure thing, darling. Let me scoop them up for you. I watch with excitement as she prepares 2 of the delicious confections. When she finishes, she places them in the ice cream holder in front of her. There you go, just 350 yen, please. With a soft chuckle, I pull the money out of my wallet and place the coins onto the provided tray. She then picks up the coins and places them into her money box while I take the 2 ice cream cones. Thank you, dear. I hope you and your friend enjoy them. Please visit again someday. The vixen bows once again. I bow my head in return and rush back to Torihiko with our desserts. As I approach him, he glances at me and smiles, his tail flicking behind him. Thanks, Yuki. He takes the cherry-flavored ice cream I offer him and raises it to his mouth. I follow suit with my own and give it a gentle lick. Heh. Must be some good ice cream. This ice cream is delicious! So smooth and creamy, perfect for a warm summer day like today. This tastes so good! Yeah, well, I know mine is, but why did you get vanilla? Didn't they have the flavor you wanted? He flashes me a wink and I can't help but blush. It's not that, I just feel like vanilla today. I see, well, it matches your fur. I pause mid-lick and stare over at Tora, noticing his cheeks have gone red again. I'm trying to think of a suitable reply, but I can't think of any. Hey, Yuki! Blinking, I snap out of my thoughts. Thanks! I finish my lick and swallow before smiling back at him. It is good ice cream, isn't it? The tiger gives a soft chuckle and shakes his head. I'm not talking about the ice cream, Yuki. Despite almost losing you, today was, really fun. His words send a strange feeling of warmth through me, and I smile wider. As we turn our attention back to our desserts, I glance towards the ocean. Yeah, it really was. As we sit together eating our ice creams, we chat about nothing in particular. This is just like old times, and I'm glad to be able to relive those good old days. Whew, I'm tired. I glance around the bus, only to notice that almost everyone is asleep. It's been a long time since we last went out like this. Sachiko! I turn back in my seat to stare at Tatsuki, a smile coming to my face when I see him sleeping. Sachiko, is the dashi for father's meal done? Oh, there's dust collecting on the windowsill. Are you cleaning well enough? Whoa! Like you said, people are truly... Shaking my head in amusement, I sit back on my seat. Seriously, who the hell is Sachiko? A soft tapping noise suddenly catches my attention, and I look around in an attempt to find it. Sure enough, it's Shun, tapping away on his portable game console. Of course he'd bring that. I'm unable to fight back a yawn as I stretch my limbs. Maybe I should take a nap too. As if reading my mind, I see Shun turn around in his seat. He stares at me and nods his head. With a smile, he turns back around and settles in his seat, and after a moment, he's back to tapping at his game. Outside the window, everything is dyed red by the setting sun. The sea, the mountains, the sky. It almost feels like I'm in a different world. I lean my head against the window and join my friends. August 9th. I give another stretch in my chair as I try to make myself more comfortable. I feel another spasm in my back. I hear the unmistakable sound of my grandfather's laughter. It looks like you're feeling the reward from a good day out. My cheeks go hot as I return to eating my breakfast while Grandma gives him a good-natured glare. I'm glad to hear that you had fun, dear. It sounds like everything went great. With a chuckle, I rub the back of my head and nod. Yeah, but now I'm wondering if I should do anything today. My grandparents look at each other, and for a moment I see what looks like a grin from both of them. As a matter of fact, I hear the bookstore is getting a new shipment today. Let me do it better. It's not his voice. If memory serves, you are quite the young bookworm. Once again, my cheeks burn and I turn away in embarrassment, earning a chuckle from both of my grandparents. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of, dear. Do you remember the stories I used to read to you when you were younger? Feelings of nostalgia once again flash through my mind. With a smile, I nod in response. Yeah, I love those stories. I remember wanting to be just like some of the characters. Grandma smiles at me as Grandpa stands up and slowly makes his way to the living room. She gives an amused sigh as she looks over at the table where he was sitting. As usual, your grandfather leaves his dishes behind. Just as I offer her a grin, I suddenly jump as I hear the unmistakable sound of the phone ringing. Before Grandma can stand up, I'm already on my feet moving towards the phone. Hello, Nishimura residence. This is Hiroyuki speaking. Waha! Hi, Yuki! A grin comes to my face as I hear the familiar voice from the other end of the line. It's a voice I've grown all too accustomed to hearing lately. Hey, Tora. I hope I didn't interrupt anything. And I'm going to pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Kate Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Ziki and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Excuse me. Bye-bye.